Hello, I know what you guys might be thinking. This is not Xith, not yet at least. So, essentially this video, if you're subscribers to his channel, has already come out on Monday, and now I want to get as much exposure as possible to his channel, so I decided to throw it up on my channel as well on Tuesday. That way, those who are subscribers have already seen the video, and those who may not have been able to, or might have not gotten the opportunity to, it will be here. The link of his channel will be in the description below. I really think you guys should check out his channel. He produces extraordinary content, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Tiber Septim. As we all know, conquered lands which seemed untamable, lands which represented their own unique set of cultures, and these ethnical differences and discrepancies are what usually deterred the empires from fully branching out of their homeland and into foreign territories. But Tiber Septim loved tampering with business out of his jurisdiction. Who we called Tiber Septim was actually Hjalti Earlybeard. Now, I'm not keen on delving into the alliances that Hjalti formed throughout his reign as a general, nor as an emperor, but what we can surely conclude is the fact that Hjalti kept the company of two people which would in unison be known as Tiber Septim, and that's most likely all you need to know before we start exposing the motives behind the foundation of a particular college. Hey there, this is Xith, and I'm doing another collaborative video, only this time we have my man the Big E15 on the track, and he'll be gathering the footage in this video alongside editing it. I'm really thankful for the opportunity that he's giving me. I've been accepted into a really kind community of like-minded people who create similar content to mine, and nothing beats the support of fellow creators. Now, the college I'm referring to is called the Imperial College of the Voice. It was founded in the city of Markarth in Skyrim shortly after Tiber Septim came to power as an emperor, or after the Tiber Wars. But what drove his interest to erect a college devoted strictly to the Thu'um, or rather the way of the voice? Well, Tiber Septim's physical embodiment was indeed Hjalti Earlybeard. Hjalti was presumably born in Al-Ser or Al-Khair of High Rock in the Second Era. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. This would imply that he was of Breton descent, and his history as a general of the former king/emperor of the Colovian Estates and Cyrillic Emperor Cuchulainn was vast and fierce. His time as a general also helped him discover a gift unimaginable to common folk, the gift of harboring the blood of a Dova. After realizing his true potential, Hjalti proceeded to fully receive the blessings of the Greybeards atop High Hrothgar, but a certain ethereal soul would come to visit Hjalti in his new dragonborn form. This person was Ysmir Wulfarth, the Underking of the Second Era. Wulfarth was, to put it lightly, one of the most proficient tongues of the Thu'um, not even being able to speak properly in the fear of wreaking absolute havoc around him. Wulfarth's reign as a king ended long ago, in the First Era in fact, but his ethereal soul managed to convince Hjalti and manipulate him into keeping his company indefinitely. Now, why would these men form an alliance? What benefited them, right? Both of them had solid reasons for this unusual alliance. Hjalti heavily benefited from Wulfarth's knowledge of the Thu'um, and Wulfarth had his own warmongering motives against the elven population of Morrowind. During times of war, Hjalti and Wulfarth would aid each other in the battles that they fought against Cuchulainn's opposers. Even though many thought Hjalti was the sole proprietor of these powers, Wulfarth had a say in the title that would be bestowed upon Hjalti, and that title was General Talos Stormcrown. The nickname Stormcrown was given to him by his soldiers, due to the rampant storm that would form around Hjalti in battle, but in reality, Wulfarth was the main source of those cataclysms. Not only did a wild storm aid them in their battles, but Hjalti's newly acquired Thu'um completely decimated any opposing souls, making him one of the most potent soldiers of the Second Era. But how does all this correlate to the topic at hand and the creation of the college? Well, The Thu'um was a huge element of Hjalti's success throughout his earlier ventures as a general. The evidence backing up his integrity as a mighty warrior is credited to the existence and potency of the Thu'um and everything it stands for. Through General Talos's help, King Cuchulainn was in line to be the next emperor of Cyrodiil, but the main consensus dictates that Cuchulainn was assassinated by a Breton Nightblade before his crowning, and this, alongside most of Tamriel's political inconsistencies, is a mess of rumors. Nevertheless, Cuchulainn's assassination left Hjalti with a slit throat, leaving his voice crippled, and the assassination might have been intentional after all, but nearly all political dilemmas aren't as black and white as one might like to believe. As a result of this mishap, Hjalti's ability to shout was impaired, leaving him unable to fully shout. All of these events are what led Hjalti to forcefully disband his inborn gift as a soldier and control his own empire, which is why the driving reason for the erection of the Imperial College of the Voice was to restore the usage of the ancient way of the voice back into combat and war, because he himself couldn't use the Thu'um anymore. The Pocket Guide to the Empire, 1st edition, Skyrim, has an entire section devoted to the tongues of ancient Nordic culture and the motives that led Tiber Septim to establish this college. A certain section of it states, "Such were the men that forged the first empire, but alas for the Nords, one of the mightiest of all the tongues, Jurgen Windcaller, or the Calm as he is better known today, became converted to a pacifist creed that denounced use of the voice for martial exploits. His philosophy prevailed, and this was largely due to his unshakable mastery of the voice. His victory was sealed in a legendary confrontation, where the Calm is said to have quote-unquote swallowed the shouts of 17 tongues of the militant school for 3 days until his opponents all lay exhausted, and then they became his disciples. Today, the most ancient and powerful of the tongues live secluded on the highest peaks in contemplation, and have spoken only once in living memory to announce the destiny of the young Tiber Septim, as recounted in Cyrodiil. In gratitude, the Emperor has recently endowed a new Imperial College of the Voice in Markarth, dedicated to returning the way of the voice to the ancient and honorable art of war. So it may be that the mighty deeds of the Nord heroes of old will soon be equaled or surpassed on the battlefields of the present day. As stated and implied, Tiber Septim believed restoring the deadly art of shouting would be a productive addition to his army's efficiency, and even then, it is mentioned that he did it out of gratitude for the Greybeards, even though the sole goal of this college would have directly defied Jurgen Windcaller's teachings and everything the pacifistic Greybeards stand for. My more optimistic side would be inclined to believe that this might have been a genuine attempt at honoring the way of the voice, by praising the ancient Nordic approach to shouting, but Tiber Septim's behavior as royalty mirrors that of nearly every smug politician. The endowment and representation of this college seems like a huge farce to me, and mostly every scholar who wasn't deep in the crevices of Tiber Septim's butt cheeks most likely thought so too. An elven tourist from the Eldmeri Dominion even commented on the appalling state of the staff in charge and how pointless the positions of this college were. The elven traveler stated, "Septim's new college is staffed by hacks and charlatans. The so-called Grandmaster is said to have formerly earned his living as a street performer in Windhelm. The students are scions of the most obsequious Nord families, hoping to curry favor with Tiber Septim's new order." As of the 4th era in Skyrim, no amount of peasants can even recount there ever being an Imperial College of sorts in Markarth, so this just further proves my point of this being a fake public act of appreciation for Nordic culture, if not even to just kickstart an attempt at bolstering the strength of Tiber Septim's legionnaires. Nonetheless, from the reception and reputation that it has gathered over the years, not to mention the fact that no one in Skyrim knows about it, we can safely assume that the college was a complete and utter failure. As for the trainees that were a part of the college, I doubt they even came close to achieving a smudge of knowledge about the sacred Thu'um. All in all, Tiber Septim delved into avenues too ambitious, even for him, and as mentioned in the beginning segment of this video, tampering with the sophisticated intricacies of cultures which you have no rightful high ground over can result in utter failure and most likely will. But one might argue with me about this topic, because yes, he was a Dragonborn, a complete master of the Thu'um, but that is because he was individually gifted to possess that power. His dream of having the ability to bolster his armies with such a sacred martial art was, and still is, far out of anyone's jurisdiction. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video, and once again, I cannot thank the Big E15 enough for participating and helping me edit this video, and alongside him giving me a shout out on his channel. This was Xith, and I hope you have a good one.